Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome all my MH believers. I'm going to give some of you some time to log on or to tune in because I didn't do my pre promo shout out um, to alert everyone to go ahead and to log on. But this broadcast is going to be so therapeutic, hopefully, for a lot of you, especially during this time. It's all about being grateful, gratitude, grace, the relationship that they have between one another. They have a symbiotic relationship. So when a person is like, oh, gratitude, grace, they are different. And so in this broadcast, that is what we're going to do. We are going to really look at the ways that they are different so that we better appreciate them. And when we are able to be grateful for things, and when we are shown grace, and when we give grace. So let's take a look between, the differences, um, and see how we can become just better people. Gratitude, people taking time to notice and reflect upon things that they are grateful for, experiences. It just makes you a more positive person. It makes you feel more alive. It makes you sleep better. It makes you express more compassion, more kindness. There is even a correlation between, you know, understanding how grateful you are and your immune system, So we have to really be in a place of awareness so that we are never taking things for granted. And this is definitely a time where that's tested, right? It's completely being tested right now because you can totally be like, oh my God, everything is falling apart. The world around me is falling apart. What is there to be grateful for right now? And so it is something that we have to, you know, it integrate into action, right? We literally have to focus on it and be aware of it so that we don't fall into those places of darkness. You also have to practice it. It is definitely a practice. It is something where when you think about certain things that make you grateful and then the world happens around us, we can totally, you know, go blank, right? We can totally just be like, okay, this happened. I was grateful for it. And now on to the next. And so that's not the way we really want to be. We want to take time to reflect and meditate on how grateful we are for certain things that we have taken for granted, or maybe that we don't take for granted. Maybe we just don't take the time enough to meditate on them. We may find that, let's pop in that movie or watch a Netflix movie or whatever and just go blank. And that's not how that's not what we need to be doing now. We need to be meditating on things that are going to be positive in our lives, like I said, that are going to make us feel more healthy. Um, so, one of the ways that I have um, practiced on my meditating and in gratefulness is being able to, I call it like, freshening up, freshening up my process of feeling grateful, right? So for me, that means thinking of someone, writing them a letter, writing them a text, writing an email. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people already do that. So if you do that, thumbs up. You are on the path to really being able to give and receive, right? Because that's really what it's about. It's about being able to be aware, right? You can't be truly grateful of something if you're not aware of it. Right? So that's what I say. I say that it's finding time to write that text, to write that little letter, write that email, write that Facebook message, okay? Um, about moments where that person or that family member has made you feel grateful. So that is what I like to do. I also like to the small things, the very, very small things that you notice, whether it is your lunch, your dinner. I know that sounds so, oh, Mark, whatever. We're always thankful for that. We're always grateful for that. But it is so important to point those things out to yourself. Like, again, it's a self awareness type thing. And you'll find that your whole way of being, your whole energy level, especially again during these times, it's just people feel like there's no way out, you know. Um, so also getting real about gratitude practice. So what that means is that for me, mentally, I have to become optimistic about what getting in the habit will do for me. Right? So you have to, it's a mental contrast. It's a mental contrast. You literally have to kind of trick yourself. You have to say, you know what? I remembered how this made me feel when I did this. And so I have to, Mateo, this is not a do-rag. This is a scarf. You literally have to become optimistic about how you're going to get into the habit. Okay. Recognize and plan for obstacles that will be, and that you feel will get in your way. Okay. So, if, for instance, if you want to do your gratitude practice, your gratitude meditation at night, you know that you get extremely dozy and sleepy and you just don't feel like doing anything at night. Guess what? Take that 5 minutes maybe before you shower in the morning, or that 5 minutes before you work out in the morning. Use that 5 minutes, right? So we want to be able to achieve a goal here. If you're not realistic about building the habit, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So it leads to you exerting more effort than what you really need to exert. So that's that's what I find is easiest for me, right? Is you just really have to plan on focusing those extra minutes to schedule it into your day. Okay. And like I said, mental contrast. If I know that I'm tired at night, or if I know that I'm doing something else, if I know the kids are going to be on me, if I know what, husband's going to be on me, partner's going to be on, whatever, make sure you don't do it at that time. Don't do it at that time. Find another time. Next one for me is mixing it up. Okay. I like to mix things up. And this is what I have found. As of recently, you would think, everybody does that, but I did it. So there you go. I was at the dollar store and I was getting my vegetables, which is crazy because I get my salad packages from there now. I didn't used to, but again, COVID has made us come to realizations that we might not have come to earlier or before. So I was walking down the aisle and I saw sticky notes. And the sticky notes were, love you too, Haley. Love you, Haley. Love you, Michael. Love you, Nicole. I found sticky notes and they were the color sticky notes. And they just stuck out to me. I don't, even though, yes, I do makeup, I do have an office, I never had colored sticky notes. So that was something that I don't know. I never thought to pick up colored sticky notes. So I got the colored sticky notes, and my big thing now, so that I don't go completely crazy during this time, is to write myself sticky notes. and put them in different areas. Put them on the mirror, put them on the refrigerator. Now, maybe if someone comes over, which no one has, maybe I'll pull them down. I don't know. Or I'll leave them up because they're kind of haphazardly in different places. But when they're there, you find that you're not limiting yourself, right? You're not limiting yourself to just putting it on paper or writing a text. You are doing it from a place of, it's more poignant. For me, it's more poignant to put sticky notes in different places so that when I'm at the refrigerator and I'm opening it, I'm like, guess what? I am so grateful for being able to have food in this refrigerator. I'm grateful, you know. I'm so grateful to be able to step out of the shower, I'm so grateful for the skincare that I'm about to put on my face. I mean, literally, those are the small things that we can do um, just to show our gratitude to the universe, just to show that we are grateful. Um, a jar, a gratitude jar. That's a really nice one too. I did that, but about 2 months ago. But I like the stickies everywhere. Also, being social about our gratitude practices. So share some of your practices. Share some of those practices that you do. We all pretty much are social people on social media and things like that. And I know who my friends are versus just acquaintances. And we do have that relationship. We do have that gratitude, right? Because when you post on someone's Facebook page or on their thread or whatever, you are telling them that you're grateful for them. You really are. You're telling them in some way, you're telling them that you appreciate them and that you're grateful for who they are, their friendship, just whatever relationship you have for that person, you're showing them. But more than that, also posting different ways that you have been grateful throughout the day on social media can help others be able to be more social about their gratitude. So those are some of the things that I am still working on. I'm still working on the posting on social media about being grateful. Um, sharing, sharing at the dinner table. If you have a family, that is a really, really big. Just I can't tell you how important, especially now, if you are blessed enough to have a family and someone there and children, how amazing it is for you to be able to share amongst yourselves. I may not be able to do this, 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 this. I mean, there's so many things that have been kind of taken away from us now, but I am grateful for these things. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for, wife can say, hey, I'm grateful for when you gave me that back rub. I really needed that. It really is the small things that make all the difference in the world when it comes to gratitude. You will find, again, that you sleep better. Like I said, you feel more alive. You feel a sense of wellness when you are constantly letting your body feel grateful for things instead of the opposite. Think about it. Think about it. When you are in a mode of feeling oppressed or feeling depressed or feeling like there is just nothing going great for you, how do you feel? How does that make you feel? You have no energy. You know, you have nothing to hold on to, right? So any little thing can be that thing to turn it all around. So those are my tips for gratitude and showing how in even the little things we can show immense amount of gratitude. So now let's talk about grace. I think that, there is a symbiotic relationship between the two, right? I believe so. I believe there's a symbiotic relationship between grace and gratitude. So for me, gratitude is normally a giving thanks for something. It's a giving thanks for something, sometimes tangible, most of the times tangible, most of the times something that is almost in our face, right? That's being grateful. Um, Grace, it has two parts to me, for me. Um, the first part of grace is someone, right? Some person that has shown us grace or we have shown grace. But more importantly, grace is whoever your higher power is, wherever that higher power meets you, however that higher power has come into your life. Okay, so this is Jesus, Jehovah, Buddha, Muhammad, because I believe that it we are one with whoever we meet at that place, right? We're one with them, right? We found them, they found us, and that's what it is. So it's not even, for me, it's not even a religious thing. If it's the universe, right? The universe is my energy, my God to me. So that's the way I look at it. So that's the second part, right? Is realizing, having that awareness that every time you wake up in the morning, every time you are able to see a beautiful sunrise, every time you are able to witness glorious creations of, you know, um, you know, the forest, the field, of mountains, just all of those things, fun, laughter, camaraderie with friends. Those are all signs to me that someone of a higher existence has bestowed grace upon you. And for me, unless you recognize and are aware of that grace and of that kindness towards us, then you're not going to be able to be graceful, right? Unless you recognize that a higher power has given you grace in so many ways, from forgiveness to just so many ways, right? You won't be able to, in turn, give that grace. A lot of times, there are instances, situations where a person may have bestowed grace upon us. They don't even know that they have, right? Whether it is a loan, or whether it is a forgiveness, or whether it is whatever. To them, they're just doing it, right? To them, that's who they are. But recognizing it is, oh man, it's such a great feeling when we're able to recognize it. I always say, there's that, there's no such thing as a grace um, scoreboard. There's no such a thing as a grace scoreboard, right? Well, I've done this for this person and this person and this person, and I've done this and this and this, and that's not the way grace works, really. I believe that it is something that is bestowed upon you, and unless you recognize it, you won't be able to do it for others, right? It's that God within you, that energy within you. If you haven't recognized how it's been given to you, then you won't be able to bestow it on others when when the time is comes, when it's needed the most. Some people, sometimes people need some things from you, right? We're all kind of in that situation right now. Sometimes people need some things from you. And if you are not in practice, if you are not in the practice of being gracious, you may miss an opportunity to be of help to someone. Or if you're always feeling like there's some type of scoreboard, if it's a partner, if it's a person, like we talked about, the first type of grace to me is with some person bestowing grace upon you, or vice versa. If you're always like, well, I did this for somebody, or I did this for somebody, or, you know what? That doesn't work. You're not going to be able to fully benefit from or have a happy and beautiful life if you're always in, you know, counting, assessing what one person did versus what you did. So, and they do have grace and gratitude. It is, like I said, it's a symbiotic relationship. We are grateful at lots of levels, and then recognizing what we are grateful for, and to whom, again, whoever that is for you, to whom is giving you that grace. That makes it all the more better. Is being able to be aware. So that's what my experience with both grace and gratitude. Um, those are the things that have helped me. Like I said, doing a journal and recognizing who my grace comes from. And again, it's different for different people, but just be in the habit of recognizing it. That way, you are better able to be gracious when different situations and people come into your life. So that's it, you guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my mask. This is on tightly. This is my charcoal, the clarifying. My hands have oil on them. Ooh, 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 ooh. So I'm going to get some pores closed today with a little. I'm actually going to multi-mask. If you guys don't know what multi-masking is, I'm going to be talking about that a little bit later. But I'm going to multi-mask tonight because I'm going to put some of the charcoal here where my pores are bigger. And then I was really dry and flaky on my nose, but I have an oily nose too. My nose area is oily too. So what I need to do, I even had to put a little bit of powder because, baby, I was shining like a disco ball. So I'm going to multi-mask. I'm going to put my mask, my charcoal mask, which is amazing as it has. Okay, so let me just tell you guys. This is not your average charcoal clay mask. This has charcoal, which helps to detox. We all know that. It pulls out, it detoxes the skin. It helps to brighten the skin because of that detoxification. And then also it has two types of clay. It has your bentonite and your kaolin. And those both assist in detoxing and absorbing those impurities, pulling them out of your skin, pulling them out of your pores. Okay. So if you have larger pores, this is what you need. But this also has turmeric. It also has provitamin B5. So it's great for healing. It's great for brightening. Of course, with the turmeric is anti-inflammatory. It has chamomile extract. So for a person that is experiencing breakouts, for a person that is experiencing adult acne, for a person that is experiencing large pores, this is the mask because it does what probably 3 or 4 types of masks that are out there, right? Most people when they use a charcoal mask, that's pretty much all it has in it is charcoal. Then there are the clay masks. Then there are the turmeric masks, right? So this has everything in it, right? This has your healing, your provitamin B5. Sometimes I have to look at it myself just to remember what amazing products it has in it. It has jojoba, it has aloe, it has vitamin E, it has white willow bark, it has pomegranate, it has chamomile, it has let me see, sunflower seed, which is amazing for hydration. Because think about it, you are using something that has the potential of drying your skin out. So you need some moisture to or moisturizing ingredients to replenish that. So that's my charcoal mask. You guys tell me some ways that you have are grateful. Give me some gratitude things that you guys have been really grateful for in these crazy trying times. I'm listening. I'm listening. Give me some things that we have been grateful for. I mean, I can tell you I have been grateful for my God. I've been grateful to not be as stressed as oh, I'm grateful for you too, Haley. I'm grateful for you too. I love you guys. Um, I have been grateful to not be going absolutely out of my mind and insane. So I am grateful for being able to meditate. And I know you're like, oh, that's so okay, of course, yeah, this is all about meditation. But think about it, you guys. Just like I just told you guys about getting real with your practice, right? That time is so valuable. That is the most valuable thing that we have is time. And so you guys use it wisely. Use it wisely. I am so thankful to be able to every evening have, like I said, I have made it a practice to wind down because I mean, I could write a book just on the last 3 months of things that have happened, right, between parents and siblings and yourself and work and business. I mean, we all could. So that's one of the things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful to be able to give, to be able to be giving back um, as I am receiving during this time as well. So, but that again, that's that grace, that's that circle, right? That we talked about being aware of what you are grateful for and how you've been given grace. This is another thing I wanted to talk about, just like with your gratefulness or your gratitude cap journal. I'm sorry, your gratitude journal. Do the same thing with grace. Write a letter. That is on my calendar in the next 2 weeks, you guys. I'm telling you. Think back to a time, I don't care if it's recently or if it's within the last 5 years, 10 years. Think about a time when someone has shown you grace. Write them a letter. It will be the most fulfilling feeling, the fulfilling feeling that you have had in a very long time, especially to get their response. You're not doing it to get a favorable response, although you will, right? But to know, for another person to know that you were aware of their grace, man, that is something that's like, wow, that's that will do what I said that being grateful does. It enriches your life. It makes you more compassionate and kind. It makes your immune system and boosts your immune system. It makes you sleep better. So that is actually on my calendar, on my schedule for the next 2 weeks. I know exactly when I was doing this, I know exactly who I want my letter to be to. And it can be to a friend, it can be to a relative, but it is, like I said, you recognizing and being aware that someone did something for you, even when they think that it was of no consequence. They may think that, oh, that was just, that's what I do. That's who I am. You're showing them that, you know what, I recognize it. And I'm practicing that same grace in my life. So that's it, you guys. That's it, my wonderful MH believers. I love you guys. That's what we need now. Let me tell you, that is what we need in this environment that we are in today. I'm going to go and get my tea, let my mask dry. Actually, I'm going to do another mask in this area, my nose in this area. My T-zone and my nose right now is really, really, really dry. So I'm going to do some hydration here. Let it dry, rinse it off, and relax for the evening. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.